Welcome to Distance Learning. Today is Wednesday, April 1st, 2020. We are going to review a lesson from yesterday. So it'll be the second part of lesson 6.4. So today we will review how to divide a two-digit number by one digit using partial quotient. Okay, let's go over the vocabulary words again. Dividend, divisor, and quotient. Dividend, the number being divided. Okay. Divisor, the number that divides another number, which was 5 out here, and quotient, the result of dividing one number by another number. Quotient is basically the result of dividing two numbers. Okay, so today we're going to listen to another video of a gentleman who is going to divide 81 by 3. He talks about different benchmarks on how to solve it. And if you like this method, please go ahead and try it. But let's just listen to him and see what he says.
Slightly wonky, just slightly. What do we got here? Let's start off with something easy, and let's do 3 into 80. Oh, I don't know, 1, because that sounds like a good number. I'm looking on my monitor to see if we can read this, and we can. Yay! Okay, I'll darken up just a little bit. 3 goes into 81. I don't know. I'm going to play silly right now. I'm going to play that I don't understand my math facts. I'm going to play I don't know how to do this. I don't know what to do. And that's really where partial quotient comes in and is very successful. What partial quotient does to begin with is it starts off with what we call a set of benchmark numbers. These are easy to get our arm around numbers. These are numbers that will help us to break down this division problem and get to an answer. So I'm going to use 1, 5, and 10 as my basic benchmark numbers. Okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to take my benchmark numbers and multiply them each by my divisor. So 1 times 3 equals 3. 5 times 3 equals 15. And 10 times 3 equals, 30. Now, I told the kids earlier, I'll say it again now. One way that you can correct yourself on this and this, well, it should be the same number with a 0. This second one should be half of the third one. Okay? These are the benchmark numbers, and this is how you can make sure I did my benchmarks right. We use the benchmark numbers to give us starting points. Now, people with higher fact awareness, aka they know the multiplication facts really, really well, they're going to be a little more advanced. They're going to be able to go in between these numbers. They're going to be able to double it up and do 20 and 30 and 40 because they can. Other people who really don't have the math facts down as well as they could and should and need to, this is who this is designed to help. Okay? So what do? I look at my 3 facts here, my 3 benchmarks, and I say to myself, which benchmark is closest to my divisor without going over, which of course is 30. Now, this is the first major change in that now we're going to make a line that goes down the side like this. This is to keep our partial quotient separate from the math. Okay, so in doing so, I'm going to look and see which number is the biggest. Well, 30 is the biggest number here. 30 is my biggest benchmark number. So I'm going to put my 30 here underneath my 81. How did I get 30? Well, I multiplied 10 times 3. That gave me 30. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to subtract. And 1 take away 0 is 1. 8 take away 3, 5. Okay, I'm moving. There's more. I need to subtract again. What is the biggest benchmark number? You guessed it, 30. So I'm going to take another 30 out of here. How did I get 30? Well, I multiplied 10 times 3 still. I'm going to subtract again. So that's still 1. And this is a 2. Oh, 30 won't work now because 30 is bigger than 21. So I need to go to my next lowest benchmark number, which is 15. How did I get 15? 5 times 3. And I subtract. Laura, regroup. And that's 11 minus 5 is 6. And 1 minus 1 is 0. And wait a moment. 6. I know 6. 3 goes into 6 2 times, right? So 2 times 3 is 6. And I'm out of room. So I subtract 6 minus 6 and I get 0. And there it is. I'm done. As soon as this is smaller than the divisor, or 0, I'm done. And in this case, I have a 0. I am done. But I'm not done. I got one more thing to do, and that is write down the answer. How do I do this? Well, I look at here. All of my benchmark numbers I have used. Here is 10 times 3, which is 30. This is 3 times 10, which is 30. This is 3 times 5, which is 15. This is 3 times 2, which is 6. These are all my benchmarks. These are all the numbers that I used to figure this out. I add these up. 10 plus 10 plus 5 plus 2. That looks like it times, but it's not. It really isn't. 10 plus 10 is 20, plus 5 is 25, plus 2 is 27, and there you have it. That is our answer.
Wow, he was so enthusiastic teaching us that problem. Well, we did learn a lot from him. So let's go back to our slides and let's try and solve a problem together, okay? Okay, so Cooper is placing apples in his bag for a picnic. I guess he's going for a picnic with his friends. He can fit 5 apples in a bag. If he has 95 apples, how many bags will he need? So we need to figure out how many bags he needs to put all the apples in equally. Okay, so let's try and figure it out. Let's do the benchmark problem numbers that the gentleman had mentioned. 5 times 1, 5 times 5, and 5 times 10. So which is closest to 95 is 5 times 10 is 50. So let's do 50. Let's take a different color. 5 times 10. And you subtract from this is 95 minus 50. 5 minus 0 is 5. 9 minus 5 is 4. Now, some of you who know exactly that 9 times 5 is 45 will go directly to 45, but let's assume we forgot our 5's table. Okay, so let's do the next benchmark number, which would be 5. So 5 times 5 right here is 25. Okay, and you subtract. 5 minus 5 is 0, and 4 minus 2 is 20. You can not do 5 times 5 anymore because 20 is less than 25. So now you can go to your table and see where is 20. So we know that 5 times 4 is 20. So right here, you're going to do 5 times 4, and you're going to put 20. You subtract, and you get a 0. Now you need to stop because the quotient is 0 or less than 5. Okay. Now we're going to add up all these numbers. 10 plus 5 is 15. 15 plus 4 is 19. So how many bags did Cooper need? Cooper needed 19 bags to fill in all the apples. Okay, so I'm hopefully you understood how to do this. If you're still a little confused, that's okay. You can go back to listen to the video or listen to this problem that we did together. Now it's your turn. You're going to pause this video and try and solve 84 divided by 4. Pause it. After you finish doing the problem, please go to the next slide where I'll show you how to do this. Okay, thank you for doing this problem. Now let's see how we can solve this. Same thing, benchmark 4 times 1, 4 times 5, and 4 times 10. So which is closest to the benchmark is 4 times 10 is 40. So let's try green again here. 4 times 10 is 40 minus 4 minus 0 is 4. 8 minus 4 is 4. Still, we can do another 40. So let's try. 10 times 4 is 40. Minus 4 minus 0 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. And now we know that 4 times 1 is 4. And you get 0. Let us add these numbers. Okay. Let's go add these numbers. 10, 20. The answer should be 21. So if you got 21, you were absolutely right. Okay. Okay. Hopefully you understood all the problems and you know how to do it. Same thing. If you didn't still figure it out, please, or you're a little confused, please go watch the videos again or pause it and do the listen to the videos. Now let's do a quick fun thing before we go and do our journals. We're going to try this game online. So we have a problem 84 divided by 6. So let's see how to solve this. Okay, let's start. Okay, so let's do the benchmark. 6 times 1, and let's do 6 times 10. That's the easiest. 6 times 10 is 60. I'm going to put 60 right here. I'm going to subtract. 4 minus 0 is 4. And 8 minus 6 is 2. So I'm going to put 24 right here. Okay, then I cannot do 6 times 10 again. So let's do 6 times 2 because I'm not sure about the multiplication. If you're forgetting a 6 times table, let's start with 2. 6 times 2 is 12. So I'm going to put 12 right here. And subtract. 4 minus 2 is 2 and 2 minus 1 is 1. So I'm going to put 12 right there. And now I already know that 6 times 2 is 12. So I'm going to put another 12 right here. And I eventually will get 0. Okay. And then it's asking me how many would each alien take home. So we need to put that right here. And the answer should be 10 plus 2 plus 2 is 14 should be your answer. Okay. So that was a fun game. We'll put it in your... and the remainder was 0. We'll talk about remainders later. Okay. Wow, that was a fun game. Anyway, let us go, and it's time for you to do your worksheets that have been uploaded for you. You can write down the answers in a math notebook. It's your choice if you want to send a picture of your notebook. Otherwise, just write down the notes in your answer book. Okay. Thank you and good luck.